Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life.
All right, guys, let me turn this down. We are here in the hot middle of Georgia.
Somewhat. We are here at Warthen RV Campgrounds in Warthen, Georgia, and we are glad to be here. Let's make some noise, people. Come on. So welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, where we go live every Monday night on FaceTime. Facebook and YouTube on the Chris and Carlette Live page, where you can go and subscribe at this very moment. Be our friends, like us, subscribe to us, even share us with your friends. We'd love to have you in our Facebook and YouTube family. So,
first of all and foremost, your engagement means the world to us. When you hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, or share our content with your friends and family, you're not only showing us support, you're helping our community grow. Your actions tell platforms like YouTube and Facebook that our content is valuable and worth promoting to a wider audience.
So let's get real for a moment. It's not just about the numbers or the metrics for us. Every like and subscribe and share represents a connection that is a way for us to know what we are creating resonates with you. And not only that, it brings you joy, laughter, or maybe even a little bit of inspiration. And that's what keeps us going. So when we ask for every like, subscribe, and share, it's not just a request for validation. It's an invitation to be part of something bigger. And to join us on this journey, a journey of creativity, laughter, and genuine connection.
We appreciate each and every one of you all who support us in this way, whether it's by simply hitting that like button, by sharing content far and wide. You're the reason we do what we do, and we couldn't be more grateful. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being a part of the Chris and Carlette Live family. So we want to welcome Josh and Amber Gordy.
Pleasure.
Yes. First of all, how are you all doing?
Doing pretty good. As you said, it's really hot out here, but
it's hot.
Beyond that, it's been really good.
Yes.
Yeah, doing good. It's been a great weekend. I'm sure we're gonna get into it, but yeah, loving it. We're doing great.
So I don't know if you all remember, and I'm talking to the Facebook audience and YouTube or people who watched us over the past 4 years. We were here 2 years ago, and we did a show with this very couple, and a lot has happened in those 2 years, but we'll get into that later. However, just want to let you all know what is happening now 2 years later. Chris and Carlette Live is hosting their first camp meet this weekend here in Warthen. We have audience on this side and behind us as well. And so we're just glad to be back. And this time we did it with our first camp meet.
And look what y'all done did.
Listen.
Look at what y'all done did.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
And think about it. This is the anniversary for us, not just with the Chris and Carlette Live, but as a family. This is where we started camping 4 years ago, the same holiday, Labor Day, here at Warthen, Georgia, in Warthen RV Park, with the Gordys and with the Mrs. Sophia Lundy, which is his mother, her great self. And so I just want to say this is more than just an event. This is another place we call home, okay? Yes. So we thank you all for providing us with all these acres. No, just
Thank y'all for the support.
Absolutely.
That goes a long way. And for doing this, because, as you know, putting stuff out there like this, that helps both communities grow. it's a win-win at the end of the day. So.
Right.
It is. It is.
I think when you come to Georgia, especially in the August, September, even July, you have to expect it's gonna be hot.
Absolutely.
So just buckle up, get your umbrellas, get your hats, your sunshades, and sweat it out.
Plan accordingly.
Yes.
Come out the house when you need to come out. Stay in when you need to stay in.
Right.
And go from there.
So as Carlette was mentioning, this is our first event that we've planned. Our first, it's called the Soulful Summer Soiree. I can't pronounce
Soiree.
Tongue twister.
Right.
Twister,
Say
yeah.
that 5 times.
Right.
So this is our first event that we've planned. We've had, few years of experience doing this. So we want to just share some of the things that we've done as far as the planning aspect of this. And, why don't you want to go ahead and...
Well, how it originally started was Chris had connected with some friends back home who are now RV owners, and they go in groups. So he said, why don't y'all come here? There is a park we know in Warthen that's about 2.5 hours from where we live that we call home. And how about we all meet up together? And so they were like, yeah, plan it. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. 24 hours later, we can't make it. And so Chris was like, I think we should do this anyway. He said, we should do a Chris and Carlette Live camp meet. I said, you sure about that? And he was like, yeah. I said, well, the reason for you doing just canceled. He said, I know. I said, so when you think of it? He was like, let's do it Labor Day weekend. I said, Chris, that's like 6 weeks away. Yeah, but we can do it. I'm like, okay, well, let's call Josh. So
I called Josh, and we booked some time on the schedule. He was supportive of it. He said, man, we haven't done anything all year. Let's go for it. And
it's just a testimony to God's timing, right?
Yep.
Because this year, I'll let Amber talk about it, but we had a lot of different changes to our schedule and just the way our family dynamics is going to be working going from here forward. And so that was right on time. I mean, we know events work for us. That's what people look to us for. And in business, when something works, you need to double down on it. Mm-hmm. But then what's that obstacle of, now our time had to be put somewhere else. So, again, another business principle, you got to learn to delegate. And that's something I'm sure a lot of men probably can relate. Mm-hmm. We need to learn to delegate more. Right. And so, it couldn't have been perfect timing. Yeah. And I know I expressed this in the meet and greet, but what other two better couple than to do it than you all. Mm-hmm. Wow. We know you all. Been around, loyal supporters. We really trust the brand with y'all. So, and with our target market audience, we knew it would fit right into the scheme of things. So, hey, it was a blessing.
Right. Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking the risk. Yeah. With us. No, like seriously. I mean, the most we didn't planned is a barbecue. I don't know, but now it does take planning to do this type of stuff, but this is a different scale. You bring in, a lot of people together, and it's like you have this plan of events, and you hope people show up and everything. And let me tell you all, our guests have been amazing.
Absolutely.
But
give a hand for them.
Yes.
Yes. So, the funny part, though, you stayed calm while we were, well, I'm going to say him. Well, y'all talk about that.
I can't show panic, right? If the plane going down, I gotta still serve the beverages and snacks. So. But it's again, just from experience, right. It's something that I'm sure you all would do. If I came, I would be nervous. It's good. It's good. But hey, I'll let you speak more to it if you need to. But
we had a whole notepad that we shared through Apple, and we're jotting down notes, and this is the things that we wanted to plan. And Josh, and then we had weekly meetings. we scheduled weekly meetings, and Josh was like, okay, now don't plan too much. Don't plan.
Right.
You don't want to burn yourself out. So that's key number one. Don't
Yes.
plan too many events when you're trying to do this.
Because believe it or not, we had to cut back on some stuff.
We cut back.
We was about to have y'all running this whole park. No.
Y'all know what y'all was gonna be doing?
Ooh,
Y'all wanna know what y'all was gonna be doing?
What's that?
Adult field day.
y'all was. Uh-huh.
But no, that's I understand because we had it on the schedule before too. So
Yeah. Because he said, do you realize the demographic? We was like, well, they like to run around too.
Yeah.
No, but it made sense.
Yeah.
It made so much sense. And
Well, even before that, we when we first started doing RV parks, we had a travel trailer.
Yeah.
So this year, we upgraded to a Class A RV. And that's one of the things that, once we got it, we were excited about it, and we wanted to go camping. So we, hey, let's go back to Warthen. So I was like, okay, well, let's go back to Warthen, but let's plan our first meetup. And so it took a lot, trying to make sure that everything was planned right and that we communicated properly to our guests. And, I was getting nervous, as we put it out there. I mean, I joined so many Facebook groups,
Yes.
and I was posting up our flyer and just trying to communicate. I was like, Josh, nobody's registered yet, and it's like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 3 weeks before the event. He said, "Just calm down, man, calm down." And so, lo and behold, the last couple of days right before the event, before this weekend, we sold out.
Yep, we did. We
Yeah.
did. And I know the feeling. You like, man, but what I told you, like, they're gonna come. We've known it from
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And as you see, we still got people that booked this today, I think, coming
Right.
in. So I mean, people, if they see it, they're gonna make a way to make it happen.
Right.
it kind of reminded me of the phrase, build it and they will come.
That's right.
Yeah.
It just, that's what came to me looking back. But I thank you for, again, staying calm and saying, and learn from us. That's what you told us. Learn from us what works, what do not work. Don't try to recreate it and think it's going to work. And I appreciate that. I really do.
And even some small things, like I was saying, that we didn't have to do exactly with the event. It was like, make sure you're hydrating yourself.
Yes.
Make sure you have some food, I guess, prepared, which you really took care of that. That way, some of that stuff out the way. So when it comes game time, that's one less thing you got to worry about. Because you'll find yourself back and forth, and next thing you're cramping up at night because you ain't drunk the water, or, hydrated yourself. So.
Yeah.
And one other thing that I think of with that, how you were saying, like, don't plan too much and burn yourself out. Some things that we learned, too, is, like, that I really like that y'all did with the event. There's downtime. Because when we first started this, we were like, we got to keep them entertained. So it was like one after another. And that's how we know from experience. You will burn out. You will be tired. Bags under your eyes. But you're still keeping the events going. So I really liked how y'all have downtime. And so it gives people time to just kind of get themselves together and come right back to it.
Yeah, so let's go into some of the planning. So what we did night one, we had of course our meet and greet, and then we I want to say migrated. I'm thinking about corporate American IT stuff, but we moved on from our meet and greet and did karaoke. We only had probably about 1 or 2 people to do karaoke, but at the same time, Carlette came up with an excellent idea. You want to share that idea with them?
Well, what we was, I wanted to have a vendor here, because usually when you pull in and you, with your RV, you coming in, you're unpacking, you're getting things set up, and you finally sit down, then it's like, oh, we need to eat. Well, I had a vendor here who was, again, a recommendation of Josh.
And great friend.
Yes, Devion Hood with Amazing Grace Barbecue. And it was perfect. His prices were good. He came in and there was food, so nobody had to think about cooking. And he did very well. And I thank you all for supporting him, because I told him he will be another repeat that we will have again, because he was good. And I also able, and other campers did it, they bought extra food so they wouldn't need to cook the next day. So it was just another piece. People still, cook their own food. They had stuff planned, but people bought stuff to support him. But it was just something else as a RV camper that one less thing you had to do when you came. So you can start relaxing sooner than later.
That's right.
And then so that Saturday, we planned, you wanted to get up and walk, which you did.
Yeah, just, get up and walk. I had a go-getter with me. Shout out to the great retired Army officer, is it Sergeant, Major, Colonel? Which one? First Sergeant Breland. Okay, Dennis Breland. Okay, and so we walked. I was scared to go in the woods, but it was a wonderful trail. The only obstacle we were greeted with spider webs. But you know what? This great officer, he said, "Let me go before you and fan them off with my hat," and he did, and I appreciate that. And we got a good 30 minutes in. We got our heart going, and then we went. We said, "Okay, great walk," and we went back and was able to relax, and then on to the rest of our day.
So then we followed that up with what did we do next?
That's the thing. Oh, Lord.
Everything's such a blur right now.
Oh, spades tournament.
Yeah, we had a spades tournament.
Yes.
So we want to thank everybody. I'm talking about
all of them.
There were so many people.
All of them that showed up.
Oh, yes. All of them.
Showed up for the spades tournament. Even the long-term residents showed up. We want to thank everybody.
But we had winners. We had winners.
Yes.
And again, at first in the morning I had First Sergeant Breland. Then I had his wonderful wife, who was one of our spades tournament champions. I'm telling you, she schooled us.
Yes.
Oh, she schooled us.
She tried to act like she was a novice at this.
Right. Talking about, beat us bad.
Yeah, right,
Beat us bad.
right.
Oh, God.
Right.
We were in the negative. That's how bad she beat us. And then the other camper, Mr. What was his name?
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name.
But yeah, Robert, yeah. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Walker. Yes, he was the other. That was her teammate, and yeah, they beat us bad.
Yes.
Under the table bad. Yes, partner. Yes. Yes.
So after that, we scheduled. I wanted to do something new. I wanted to think outside the box, right? So I was like, well, why don't we have a cooking contest to see who can, and I left it open. I didn't have any categories specifically for this first year. So I left it open just to see how many participants we would get. We had several participants, I think up to 5 participants. Mm-hmm. And I think that the cooking contest was probably the most fun. Is funnest is funnest the word, teacher?
It can be today.
More fun.
It can be today.
Yes. The teacher is here.
Yeah.
I said, what should it be?
Yeah.
Yes, should be more fun.
More fun.
The
Yes.
most fun.
The most fun. That's
yes,
right.
Ma'am.
when y'all in front of the camera, you know what I'm talking about. But but it was the most fun event probably out here that we've done this weekend. And I'll let you talk more about that. The cooking contest.
Yeah.
Because half your family was in it.
But yeah, I think like halfway into it, I looked at Carlette. I said, "Look what y'all done. But that was just a testament of me saying, it was a great turnout. Mm-hmm. I was actually surprised, because when we asked earlier, then many people said they was gonna do it.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, people, I asked my fam, they was like, "Oh yeah, we getting ready now." I was like, "Okay, well let me go let them know."
Uh-huh.
But man,
because the only person I thought was gonna do it was Miss Tanya.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I thought it was just gonna be Miss Tanya. She's the only one that spoke up.
Yep. And so, and we had foods represented from all over the country, pretty much.
Basically, yeah. It was the Chinese beef and shrimp.
That's
yes.
right.
Chinese stir fry.
Yep.
Then after that we had okay, I can't do it in order. Oh yes, mullet fish.
Mullet fish with the collard
Mullet
greens.
fish
And vegan cupcake.
Yes, and the
Yes.
vegan cupcake.
That was very thoughtful.
With some,
Yeah.
didn't she give us something to drink too, right?
No, that was his family.
Nope.
That was your family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then she had And then like a jalapeno cornbread.
Cornbread,
that
that's
went with
right.
it.
Yep.
Okay, then after that we got a smoked
Oh yeah,
Boston
butt.
Yeah.
Boston pork
Let me
butt.
make sure I put that up.
And
on
then
the
we
screen.
got
If anybody know about smoking meat that size,
yeah.
you know, you gotta
that was
have skill to
technique.
keep it right. Even though I know I got somebody back there who do it.
They all left you.
Oh, he on the back of the truck, Chris over there.
Okay.
But yeah, that was off the chain too. So
Then we got this reminded me of something that'd be great for Super Bowl. It was like a cheeseburger hoagie or something.
yeah,
Like that had the peppers and the onions in there and cheesy. It was very good. And then he said that was a New York thing.
Yeah, and that's what I was. That's when I asked him that. I was like, so what makes this different than a Philly?
Yeah.
You know, I thought maybe it was just because of the region it was cooked in, but it was actually some difference to it. You know, so learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we had the family
And then
presentation.
came in the family.
Lord.
Boy, you would have thought we had communion table.
They showed
They had
out.
a presentation.
They marched over with
Music,
The whole,
With
marching,
I'm gonna have to post
table.
that video on Facebook.
Table decorations.
Yes. With the
Eight-
fruit from the
Fruit from the land.
From the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pears,
decoration from the land.
muscadines, and
Muscadine.
Yeah.
We got to go
Pears.
get some of the muscadines. They was pretty good. But yeah, I'm like, oh my God, they did it. Now, although they didn't win, presentation alone, they knocked it out the park.
They
now,
did.
next year, next year, we're gonna have have categories. So we're gonna have different categories which we judge you on or judge them on. Like let's say presentation would be 1 through 5, and give them a 5. But definitely y'all had a 10.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, but we based it on a lot of other things as far as our judgment. And then I want to say the other judge was
Yep. Other judge, Lakeisha Poole. Which if any of y'all follow us or on our newsletter list, she's been in charge of all our marketing here at the park and been doing a fabulous job, I must say. Give it up for her. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I don't know the button for that.
But there she go right there in the red. But yeah, another one of those things I was talking about, delegating, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's her lane. That's what she does. I can give her. You always hear about finding thoroughbreds in their area, and she's one of them. Tell her my idea. Okay, cool. Next thing I know, 10 minutes later, she got it back to me. And that's what it is. So.
Wow. And so later on, so after the cooking show, and then we also had activities for the kids. So you can see.
They had their own sip and paint.
Yes, you can see right here that they had, they're painting and a lot of kids. We sold out of those little kids. I think I might have bought 10, and all the children came in and was able to do something. So we wanted to make sure that we thought about, the kids as well. Later on that evening, after the cooking show,
we had the Battle of the Sexes. Of course, it
Yes.
was free time after that, but we went into Battle of the Sexes, and the men beat us only by 1 point. Okay, let me just put that out there. It was a 1 point difference. That's it. And I still think they cheated. But I'm just
A
saying.
win is a win.
Yeah. My head deacon over there is saying, yeah, he's shaking his head. Yeah,
Yes.
we won. Yes.
And so after that, we went into the karaoke because really you could tell they was ready to sing. It was a full audience and folks was singing and singing. So we had some surprise singers. We had some dedications. It was a lot. It was good. It was really good. And then after that, everybody had their own free time, what they were able to relax or talk or eat or whatever they want to do the rest of the evening. Then there's today. Not today, Sunday. So Sunday morning we had a inspiration hour, if you want to call it that. We had it slotted for an hour. And we lasted about 45 minutes, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful time of reflection, a time to say, Lord, we just thank you. And it was really good, a nice gathering, and had a nice 10-minute sermon. Look at that. I was proud of you. You so stayed in the pocket. I was so proud of you.
Thank you.
So I just, I thought that was good. So what you think about that?
Yeah, the 10-minute service was great. No, that was
trying to say.
But no, the whole thing, man, was it was wonderful. that's something we've always wanted to try to plan to ourselves,
Uh-huh.
you know, but and to see it actually come to fruition.
Don't be stealing the idea.
Stop.
Write that down.
He gonna
Write
say,
that
"Don't be stealing my land." Now,
down. Write
that
that down. Add something to it.
Man, it was very powerful. That shows you that it doesn't matter where you are. You know, you still gonna you're gonna praise the Lord. You're gonna be thankful, and then opening it up to where, for me myself, wasn't quite. I didn't expect to say anything. I was not saying anything. I was more so just listening, taking it all in. But after a while, it was like I couldn't not say anything. It was like Lord spoke through me. So it was really powerful.
Wow. Good.
it was a good time. It was a good time. Now, I'll be honest with you. I really thought our head deacon was going to break out with a good hymn. I ain't lying.
Good old hymn.
I just knew it was coming out the pocket. I love the Lord.
we got a mic.
You know, something. He heard my cry. I
mic.
just knew that was coming.
Chris, that mic on?
Yeah, that mic
Listen,
is,
I just knew that was coming, and it didn't happen. And I was like, what if I started it? No. But it was good, and to see the people come out, even, you know, they came in, and it was good. It was a time, and you saw it was heartfelt. People were touched, people were inspired, and including us. And I bless God for that. And so,
Amen.
yeah. And even on Miss Lundy, she had a good scripture and testimony for us. And then it went off into a prayer. Did y'all notice that? It was a scripture, it was a testimony, and it ended with a prayer. I'm like, come on, yes.
I think to top it off, she went on to her normal church after that, and she said during that service, it was a confirmation of what we talked about that morning. So,
Wow.
So yeah, it's
On the heart of God.
that's it.
Yeah.
On the heart of God. All right, so let's get to our topic. We have talked.
Well, no.
Okay.
No.
No. Oh, that's right. No.
Yes. So
Yes.
today, well,
Sunday.
Hey, y'all, this is pre-recorded, all right? This is so Sunday we had what we call the
Escape Warthen.
Escape Warthen, like a escape room experience. For some, it's the first time that they did it. I was on edge because this one young lady, she was like, I don't know if I want to do it. You saw it was written all over her face. So I was getting a little bit nervous that she was going to bow out. But after that, she got a little bit more relaxed. And so she was able to, they were able to, like, it was a group of them. Let me see, I'll bring up that photo right quick. We had scheduled, well, I had riddles all over the park that they had to find, and they did it. They got it out the park, hit the ball out the park. Went down into the dry land, the dry lake. I think that's what the riddle was. So, but earlier, Josh was cutting the grass, right, out on the street side. He's like, yeah, I think I might have saw one of your things.
Yeah, 'cause I almost picked it up and just came and put it in the trash. But, I thought about. I'm glad I thought about it right when I saw it. I was like, okay,
Which one was it?
like a little treasure box.
Yeah, the little treasure box. Did you see the dog, the bulldog?
Yeah, and the dog.
And the
So,
bulldog.
yeah. So
yeah.
that was the final. Was that the final prize? The final.
No, that was one of the clues.
Okay.
So it went from these flowers right here that's right behind.
Right.
They had a compass in it. Then it went out to the entrance.
Okay. So that's what that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, guarding the entrance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and then later on Sunday, of course, we filmed this, but then we're having movie night, and then that'll be it. We'll be wrapping up in the morning. Want to pray everybody out, and then go from there. Yeah, and then we're going to plan our next one for May, Memorial Day weekend. So make sure that you look out for flyers. We're going to get everybody's information. So make sure you stay abreast. And we got some great feedback for this weekend that we're going to take and go home and kind of plan. But
That was another good aspect too that I just thought about with the survey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mentioned doing that, and yeah, that'll give you a lot of feedback what to do next.
Right,
How to make
right,
it better,
yeah.
what to cut back on. You know.
yeah,
So yeah,
good.
getting that done.
So yeah. Good.
All right. So let's get to the topic at hand. So one of the things we've learned when RVing, you meet people with land. And And sometimes they want to know what to do with it. We are so inspired by, again, like I said, 2 years ago, we had this couple on. They talked about how they were able to acquire this and what the vision was. And it's still unfolding. It's one thing about it is beautiful out here. And so I don't need you to really go back to that.
Right.
But what would you say, what advice would you give? Like, say, for instance, I'm sitting on 10 to 15 acres, 5 to 15 acres. You know, because it's what you can do with what you have on hand. What would you say?
The very first thing is, which I refer back to one of the best books I read, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Start with the end in mind.
That's good.
You had that dream. You had that vision. Write that down exactly how you pictured it in your mind. And this can be with anything, honestly. But start with that picture. Get it so clear in your mind, you know, and then just start reverse engineering it. What makes the most sense to start with? What's the most, for our RV park, obviously, you need to get your utilities put in. That's what people need. And then as you go, as you grow, as you begin to make more revenue, now you can start adding the things you've seen in your vision. You know, write the vision, make it plain. That would be the very first thing. Start with that, with your vision.
Start off with your vision. Okay.
Begin with the end in mind.
Okay. Then go, you said back row or back.
Reverse engineering.
Reverse engineering.
Just a fancy way of
all right.
stepping your steps back, you know.
All right. So I got the, okay. Go
Now, what type of vision do you, like, how would you say, like, besides the RV park, what other things can someone do?
With some, you just saying some raw land.
Yeah, raw.
I mean, and that can be a blessing and a curse a lot of times. Because a lot of times people like, oh, I got it. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do that. But again, that's about getting that vision down. Hey, you can develop it into, you can farm it, obviously. You can get into some development of housing, which that's a huge topic right now. Things of that nature. And think about it this way. What is something you like to do? You know, say you like to, I don't know, you're a big hunter or something. You like to go hunting. Maybe turn into a hunting retreat for you know that you in that world. You know what they want. You know what to make it appealing to your target audience. Again, that's just a couple examples. What else would you say? People just done so much. Tiny home communities. That's another popular thing.
I know they there's a guy that bought some land. Actually, another African American guy right outside of right by the airport.
College Park.
College Park. You heard about it?
Yeah. He made national news with that. So it's a tiny home community. Here's more on. You have two different kinds. So here's more on a foundation type houses. And then you have the traditional kind that's, similar to a campground. People can pull in their own tiny homes, which, again, with my end in mind vision, that's what's sitting out there right now on the other side of the future.
Right.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah, so, and again, already in the works. But then having a big purpose behind that, too, not just for the sense of making money, but it's needed.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that's starting to transition to that lifestyle, because you can help somebody do that. Now you helping lower their cost of it, the cost of living. And housing being the biggest one.
Right.
Countless times people come out here and they recharging. And that can be their lifestyle now, just living on a different frequency than when you living in big cities. So just coming back to that slower way of living.
Right.
Yep.
I just went blank. I just went blank.
So
that's not common.
That's not common.
It's not common.
You always have something to say.
I have something. I always think of the next thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of how we're going to end, the end, and then reverse technology
That's
of
right.
this conversation.
So when you look at investing in land, even if you want to invest in land, is it more affordable, like in the middle of nowhere is what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that goes back to elementary economics, supply and demand. closer you are to the city, the more demand. The farther out, the less demand. And just a hint to the wise, I mean, right now it's getting so expensive. I just kind of pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, people trickling out.
Trickling out of the
city centers.
Out of the city.
Yep. Because they're understanding, like, man, you know, I grew up out here. I've lived in the city. I think I would take something like this all day. Because now when you get into the city, it just brings on a whole different dynamic. Because in order to afford to live in that city, you got to go get it. Right. 10 times harder than, you know, and not saying you're lazy, but, I mean, you can just enjoy your quality of life better, I feel like. You can get home and you at peace.
Yeah, that noise.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That all plays a factor.
And now that people are working more remotely, I mean, it's easier to do. Like, it was crazy. So I work for a bank, and I work on the IT side, on the data security side. And so I'm kind of privy to a little bit of information where people at the bank are, unfortunately, but unfortunately, I don't know, they're working remote for, I guess, a week in another country.
Oh, yeah.
And, that, of course, that's against our policy. But they're finding, you know, because we can track them by IP address and all that, but it's like they're working remote in another country, and it's like, man, now you literally can work anywhere in the world. Yeah.
That's a big trend right now. They got a term for it. But, yeah, people working 2 full-time jobs at the same time. Yeah. You know, so they hacking the system somewhat, you know. Right. But I want people to know, too, hey, right now, while you having a prosperous season, making good money, let's make sure we're doing the right things with it. Because you don't want to go through this, be done came up with this great master plan, 10 years down later, and I still ain't got nothing to show for it. Right. You know, I just want to jump back to how I was talking about people moving out of city centers, you know, supply and demand where we live at. When we moved down there, man, people called us crazy. But, I mean, from day one, it was just about numbers. You know, we can live in the city for this much and come out here and get a whole lot more for a whole lot less. And we just had our kids, you know, and I think space was a big important thing for us. But now a lot of people are starting to come out there. And I think now it's probably, you may be too late to get good deals where we at. So now you got to be proactive. Look on even further. Because that's what they're doing. The original folks that was there, they're just going on out further. Then they're going to buy some more land down there. And so when it get crowded here, and y'all move on down here, the land we bought for $100, we're going to sell it to y'all for $3, and we're going to keep moving on down. That's the name of the game. I just want a lot of people to get ahead of that, because a lot of times we are chasing, we coming from behind. Yeah. We scared to make that jump to go on out further to get the good deals. We just coming to where it's popular, and now you're going to pay popular prices. You're going to be in these popular HOAs with all these popular policies. When you get a lot of people in the area, you're going to start to see a lot of rules being put into place. And if you never lived where you make your own rules, set your own, how you want to do your stuff, HOA can have that. You know, I better not say that. I'm an HOA president.
I was thinking that as he was going, I'm like, yeah, okay, you're going a little too far. Don't forget.
You're going to make me have to edit this.
Oh, God.
But the good thing about our community, though, it's a voluntary HOA. So we haven't got to that status yet. You know, so yeah. I forgot I just took that job.
Don't share this on your Facebook, man.
2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So you know what, Josh? I heard that, you know, this land that we're on is on what, 22, 24 acres?
27.
27 acres. 27 acres. I heard you got another 88.
80.
80.
80 in Wrightsville.
So we need to talk about at least giving me like.
Yeah.
Not give. Well, you know, negotiate.
Oh, Lord.
Or, you know, negotiating on maybe about 5 of those acres.
We can talk off camera.
Hey, so we can have a little getaway.
Yeah, and you know what? And going back to with the end in mind, my end in mind for that property was me, you, our guy friends. You know, I'm just speaking like we in circles. Ladies, I mean, you can use it too, but I know some stuff that some ladies just wouldn't be with over there. But hey, we coming out for the weekend. It's our space to talk,
Right.
get stuff out. We don't have places for us a lot of times to do that. You know, so that was kind of the end in mind for that property.
Okay. Well,
Yep, and the Dad and Me retreats we would do.
so that's not a goal anymore?
It's still there. I mean, it's still there.
Because I think you need to retweak the goal and say, okay, I'm going to set this 5
This
over
5.
Y'all need 80 acres for that?
Yeah, right.
Right,
But but yeah, so it's been fun. Been an adventure. So learn a lot.
Okay.
You learn a lot.
Yeah,
We'll say that.
good. Did it come back to you? Or do I need to keep on pulling
No,
this up?
because I'm over here daydreaming what I could do in the country.
There you go.
I'm just
You know, the
saying.
hard part,
Whatever
though,
you
is
want to do.
I'm just saying.
the hard part, though, is we have children. We have my daughter who's 7, my middle son who's 11, and my son, oldest son, he just graduated. Well, not graduated. He's a sophomore in college. And the most difficult thing is if we were to upchuck and sell our house and move out to it's like the school system, we don't, you probably had to travel for miles, just to get to a school or, homeschool and, that'd be, I mean, I'm down.
What do you consider miles?
Pardon me?
What do you consider miles?
Like
How many miles do you consider
5
miles?
or more.
Wait. No, he said miles, not acres.
No, he said miles. Yeah, he said 5 miles, right?
5 miles.
Okay. I was just saying what's your perspective on a long way away from home?
If I have to take them, then no.
we got school buses. Now it's gonna take them an hour or something to get home on a hot bus with no AC.
Oh, see that? There you go.
But we can get them there. One of my aunts actually drive the route. This is her route.
And so what time do the children get home?
I would get home at 4:30.
Oh, wow. Well, that's not bad. But
Your
then,
daughter would be beside herself if she's hot.
Yeah, no ACs on them yellow buses.
Yeah, she's a little
That's
bougie.
why she in there now.
Yeah, right. It's hot, Daddy. So then I had to take her. So
Either
how
that
far
or-
is the nearest school?
In town, in Sandersville, as you
How
going
many
through.
miles is that? See,
Come on, Mother. Come on.
about 15 miles.
There you go.
And I have to get up every morning? No.
See?
Ain't that bad.
No, but, and then, what about, Evans, and he's playing football, so
Oh man, this football country here, man.
there's Little League.
Yeah.
I just like how
Chris,
my
man,
life
come on,
is being
man.
discussed right
Now
now.
I feel like you're trying me.
Where I'm about to live.
What you think we doing around here? Do y'all even know about football around here?
I forgot, Josh. I forgot that you played for the
Come on, Mother.
Golden
Come on,
Hawks.
Mother.
Yes,
That's the high school.
And then where did you go to college?
Central Michigan University. We went to Central Michigan University.
Is that how y'all
That's
met?
where we met.
Aww.
So where are you from?
Well, I'm from Michigan, so he
So
came
you
up
had to
there.
move out to the country.
Well, I didn't have to. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
I can say I am a pure city girl. That is, yes. But I had already moved down here. But yeah, as far as coming here and all that, it was different for me. But now it's home. It's been so long, so now this just home. I just
Wow.
get used to it. And like you said, if I get too hot, I know how to go inside.
Right.
And where we live at permanently, it's not, when we get home, we feel like we here. But, you're 10 minutes to the grocery store, and plus the area we in is growing like crazy. So we getting all kind of more conveniences now that we didn't have when we moved down there. So we getting stuff even closer to our house. So, hey, but at the end of the day, that helps the values go up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, I do have a question.
Come on with it.
So say, for instance, I own however many acres, and I decide that I'm going to do a business on that acre, whatever that business is,
right.
that will require my attention. Is it wise to live on the acres?
I don't see why not.
I think I just heard a no behind me. I think I just heard a no. Oh, I would like to know why they said no, but keep going.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, because now that's another expense you got to add on top of you trying to start a business.
So can I write my house off?
Certain ways. Like, for instance, now if you use your home office, you can write that off as a business expense.
The square footage
Square
of the
footage
room.
of your home, you know that. phone bills and stuff associated with it. You have to consult a CPA. I wouldn't want to give you false advice, but
Right.
I'm sure there's ways to. All you gotta do is use it for something. You can use it for a meeting space.
Right.
There you go. But,
Yeah, that's
again,
true.
what they be saying? I'm not a tax professional, so please consult with your CPA.
That's the fine line.
No, I was just wondering, like, say for instance, your house was where that yellow is, all the way in the back.
Right.
How would you
Oh, yeah.
like that? Would you like that? Would you? It's and you have a lot of people coming in and out and stuff. Do you feel
I would.
like you would do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard I would. You said you would. You would. Okay.
Come up to the mic.
It depends on the type
That's
of
good.
business.
We have
point.
a live mic
Good
right
point.
here if you all
Okay.
have questions or
Now, if
comments.
you run a nightclub, probably not.
What you
A
say?
juke joint.
I was about to say juke joint. Oh goodness.
Like the color purple.
The juke joint.
Right. What was you about to say?
I feel like, again, it depends on what it is, like he said. But I don't know. I kind of like to leave work and feel like I went home.
That.
And again, it's peaceful out here. But I'm just saying, again, depending on what it is, but will I still be knocking at, get
Yes.
knocks at the door for
Right.
questions or whatever? Like, when is the cutoff time and will it feel like a cutoff time? So again, it depends on the business.
And I think that situation too, putting boundaries in place, I think will help. Like, say, we're just using an example. If the house sat back there, make you a living landscape, a living fence, I should say.
Yeah.
Put some privacy trees up. They don't have to know you back there, And if you tell somebody and you expect what comes with that. But I think we deal with professional folks enough to know, don't come knocking on my door. See me during the day, but when it's time to shut it down, we shut it down.
Yeah. Then the other thing too, with owning that land, is what I saw you doing earlier today, cutting your grass. So, what about the maintenance and the upkeep? Is that really expensive? And sweat. I saw you out there sweating as you were cutting. So,
Tell you something about cutting the grass around here, man. It's like a sport, man. We like doing it.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, but it goes back to you gotta have the right tools for the job too to make it fun. Now you put me out here with an old Craftsman or a snapper. Nah, you know what I mean. But hey, with my mom big 61-inch zero turn, shoot, man, we can roll, knock it out. Yeah, son, all the young kids like cutting grass, but that's what we did growing up. So that's not a problem for me. But you gotta make a consistent routine schedule
Yep.
for maintaining property. So that's one big lesson I've had to learn. Instead of kind of waiting till it need to be done, then trying to do it all at once, just bite it off a little bit at a time. And learn to use your resources. You got help in the community. Men, myself, ask for help, get it, use them.
Wow. Now we of course we have our live audience here, and if you have any questions, feel free to come up to the mic and ask any questions that you may have.
Any topic,
Concerning
topic.
it
Yeah, any
within.
topic, anything.
make it juicy.
Pardon me?
The mic right
Yeah,
there.
the microphone. What is it, Blake? Oh.
Well, I just like to say that, as we said before, it all depends on what type of business you have. 'Cause like we had real estate. Of course, we don't want to live with our tenants in our apartments or anything like that, because they'll be knocking on your door all the time.
Have you did any development work?
No, we just bought and sold rather. Well, we kept our property a long time, but since we retired, we sold everything.
I'm currently looking for some consulting in the development space.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, we already bought it because we were still working at the time.
Yeah.
So when we get off work, if a tenant needs something done, then we'll go over and take care of it. But as you said out there on that zero turn, that's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? For our 6 acres that we have right now,
Oh yeah.
they want to charge $500.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, every time they come out.
That's right.
So just imagine what you'll be paying here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's best when you know how to do your own work.
That's right. And too, when the vision is so clear, and what you're trying to do, a lot of times you're doing that work without even thinking about it, because that's just going toward your end goal to to the end that we had in mind.
Yes.
So yeah, it doesn't have to be bad. Yeah, and get the right tools for the job. That's the main thing.
Thank you for that. Right. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions or comments? Okay, so have you ever did homeschooling? You did? I did too. How'd you like it?
I actually, for 3 years, trying to think of when COVID kicked in, but for 3 years, I had actually started a business of learning coach. So the way that works is I would go to houses for those who were homeschooled. A lot of them were through a certain program through Georgia, but I would actually go to their house and teach them the material that they were learning online.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did that for 3 years just to kind of get back to teaching a little bit, but still have my own schedule, and I enjoyed it. Now, homeschooling at home,
It's different.
it's a little different,
Yeah.
but we know our children, so we know how much they can take, which one can sit the longest, which one might need to get up and get a little break every now and then. But yes, I think the learning coach part was the best at home with my children.
Do you do any tutoring?
Yeah, so with that, it was also tutoring. So during certain hours, like obviously when the kids were in school, I would do the learning coaching. And then I did have a couple clients after school that I would tutor for.
So what?
Somebody hurt. So, okay. I had a purpose behind that. I had a reason behind that. You know, it's like this whole little dream. Carlette in the kitchen baking muffins while her kids sitting at the table because she's homeschooling them, and the chickens in the backyard.
I like it.
Although I'm a nurse, I do real estate. I would be at home baking, cooking, canning, preserving, teaching my kids, and tending to the chickens.
And you know that it wouldn't be hard. And the only reason I say far as with our children was because we didn't have a homeschool program. So if we had invested in a program that was homeschooling, I was teaching them that way, then yes, we could do it. We were more so, since COVID had hit and the schools were still trying to teach online and in school, so that was just a different situation. But at home, yeah, I would do it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I say that because when I come here to this campground, and this is my view, it's like I see a dream. I do. I see a dream. And it just even us sitting here like this, I think that's another reason why I'm keep spacing out sitting here, because I'm looking at my dream. That's how I see this. And then the kids running. All y'all need is some chickens running. We really have my dream right now.
Now, have you thought about owning any livestock?
Nah. You know what I did? So it was a thing through the NFL program we went to, and there was a guy actually. He was responsible for selling exotic animals, and it's a cool idea. You know, you get stuff like antelope, zebra, stuff you wouldn't really normally see. You know, you obviously buy them and raise them. You know, but but it was just interest. It was interesting, but again, you got to really know how to calm yourself down. So they're like, nah, I really can't, you know, do all that. And really, what the end game was for all that, they would raise them and come get the young from you and take them to like a dedicated hunting land. So they was gonna be hunted.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I grew up with chickens. My mom had chickens.
You wanna? See, Mom has a question, but as she walks up to the mic, we were doing an ATV ride. This was a couple years ago, and you said it was somebody that had a bison on or a buffalo.
Yeah, buffalo.
Yeah,
and that was one of the other exotic animals you could have did. Yeah.
Oh really? Oh
That's
wow.
considered exotic.
It's getting more and more popular now because people eat the meats a lot more lean. But yeah, you'll see it, but it's right back behind them.
Yes, ma'am.
It just made me think about when you were talking about homeschooling. Even in years ago, I would have never thought we had kids here on this property. Two families that actually those kids homeschool. Well, there's one of them right there. Here now.
Yep.
Other one was here a few days. They're homeschooled here.
Okay.
Him and his brother and sister. But I never would have thought that we'll have families here that's homeschooling right here.
Oh, wow.
And like you were saying, Carlette, they got.
Yeah.
They whether or not they take advantage of it, they got the walking trails. They got now muscadine season. Y'all, before you leave, go around and find the muscadine vines out here. You found them? Okay. But just a lot of things they can learn from nature, just being here. And to be honest, y'all, these kids, some of them homeschool themselves.
Oh, wow.
And we're like Mr. Allen especially, we're the overseer and watch out for them. You know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
and
So you don't even have to be here
yeah.
all 8 hours all day long.
Right.
Because
Right.
they're so well mannered and they're so into what they're supposed to be doing today. They don't come out to a certain time because they're getting their lessons.
Right.
But we kind of contribute that to, hey, this being a safe space.
Yeah.
Because probably in some of these cities you couldn't do that.
Right.
Right.
Just have your kids and know that they're here at Warthen, we're watching out for them.
Yes.
That's
yes.
wonderful.
Because they get out of line, all we going to do is get with that parent.
Right. Get a belt. No, I'm just kidding. You can't do that nowadays.
CPS come
that's
rolling up.
That's a great testament to those families taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who want to do it, but you get so stuck in what society say, and to go against the norm, that's usually frightening. And very well much so. I can understand that.
We've been programmed.
Oh, I ain't want to go there.
I mean, okay. I just
Your
said the
show.
word.
Your show.
Oh, hear me good. Oh, I have talked about stuff. This is my show. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm so serious. We're gonna talk. That's what it's called. It's called Chris and Carlette Live. Baby. The life's interruptions, the good, bad, and indifferent. The good, bad, and indifferent. And so the thing about that is that does need to be discussed. And because when I come here, I am being deprogrammed.
So you saying program, do you mean when people say stuff like, oh, I got that because it runs in my family? Is that what you're saying? Oh, my bad.
See, you know what?
I ain't want to go there.
No, but that's another topic too. Program, and so it can be that. It can be governmental. It can be, the system. It's all that. And to me, when we come out, when some people choose to, I want to say this person so bad because I feel that they have become, they have chosen to take themselves out of the system and they're on their own time. You meet a lot of people like that with the RVs and everything, and you see the freedom on them. Oh my God, the freedom on them.
So when you use the word system, is that synonymous to rat race?
Total. Oh, yeah. The Lord, you did not make me to go to work and pay bills. Yeah, that. Okay. Oh, wait, did I am sensing something here.
no, just
not that. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I feel you.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's a whole different show.
Yeah, I think we're getting outside of the topic of this podcast.
That's why y'all need to probably change my chair.
We don't know the frequency over there.
Right. Because she is just looking. Yeah. But listen, thank you all for your time. Thank you for allowing us to have this camp meet here this weekend, the show, the everything. This has been great. Another place to call home that we have called home, and as many others as well. Any final words? Okay.
Eat more food.
Wait.
Eat more food.
Eat more food. What kind of food?
And that's why when I say that, people always get curious. What you mean, food? I eat. But we get it wrong because a lot of the stuff we eat is not food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We eat food products. Mm-hmm. The best food you can eat, God put it on earth for us the way he wants us to consume it.
Uh-huh. Those muscadine and those pears.
Pears.
The pears back here, they're edible? I mean, you can... Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. We got some pear preserve for you, too. Make sure we get you. came from these pears.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I saw them on tape. I want to get one, but yeah.
When you look at your plate, how close to the original state that God put us on earth for us to eat. Let's try to eat it as best we can, as much as we can.
Right. Wow.
Energy, mental clarity, vision, smell. I smelled those muscadines yesterday when I was walking by. That's how I knew they was back there. You feel lighter on your feet. You can think quicker because your blood is circulating like it needs to at an efficient rate. Flexibility. It's there.
So
and educate yourself. What I'm talking about is more leaning toward like a high raw diet. That's kind of like what people are calling the raw vegan, stuff like that. Just do your research on it.
So do you want to eventually have your own garden out here, maybe, or?
We have a community garden back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just needs some participants.
Okay.
And I understand it takes work, but we do have that available. But man, honestly, if I could buy, or just hire somebody to grow some food, man, that would be perfect. You know?
Because I know we have in our backyard we have a little vegetable bed. We're growing greens and tomatoes right now, and then we have peppermint, and the peppermint just spread. But it smells so good, just the natural peppermint. Yeah,
it's probably a good deer deterrent too, I'm assuming.
Yeah, deer. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't know because he went and just laid there.
He laid in it.
Yeah,
I was like, this is peaceful in my backyard.
He started chasing our dog.
He sure did. But that's how we knew it was a baby near.
Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah. Oh, shoot. The aggressive. Yeah.
So, but we want to thank everybody who has joined us. We want to thank our audience for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Chris and Carlette Live show.
I just want to say, as always, I tell you all, stay before God. Pray, and pray some more. If you don't know what to pray, turn on your news. Watch it for 5 minutes, and you will have a list. And I'm going to tell you something. Stay before God. Call upon the Lord while he may be found and while he is near. We love you all. We appreciate you all, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Thanks for joining us this week on Chris and Carlette Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.